Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Now, there is a question that has come across my timeline since I joined YouTube in 2017. And that question is, why do black men date outside their race? And it's asked in such a way as if there's something wrong with it, or that it's something that needs to be studied or explored, or it's something that ought to be of importance to anybody. Well, I'm here to say that black men date outside their race because they want to. And I said in another video, I don't believe they feel guilty about it. Some people are saying, well, they feel guilty for not being with a black woman. That is something that they should not feel guilty about. Black men are free agents, and they have the right to date, marry, live with, partner with anybody that they want to. And they should do it without feeling guilty. They should do it because they feel like they've found a partner that is best for them, that they can build a life, a healthy life with, and raise healthy children and make a positive contribution to society. So that is what I wish for black men. Marry outside your race if that is the best thing for you, and only you can make that determination. It's not about anything to do with black women. It's about what you want to do, how you want to build your life, and how you view happiness, or how you view contentment or happiness, or whatever word you want to call it. You should do that because that's what you want to do. Dr. Umar Johnson is one of the strongest opponents of interracial marriage between black people and other races of people. I understand what he's saying. In order to build a strong ethnic group, you really need to love and respect each other. But there are times when you just really are attracted to somebody else outside your race. And I believe people should have the freedom to explore those opportunities and options without feeling guilty or without having somebody beating them over the head about it. And one thing that Dr. Umar Johnson does in opposition to interracial marriage between black men and other races of women is that he makes the black woman seem like this poor, pitiful person who can't get anybody, and nothing is further from the truth. I'm going to insert this before I get back to black men. The only thing that's holding black women back from exercising their options with other races of men is that they're having babies with black men that they can't build a life with. That is what they need to stop. Black women need to stop having babies with men that they can't build a life with. Because a lot of these black men who are moving on to other races of women have children with black women. That means that they had children prematurely. They had children with black women, but they didn't see the black woman as someone to build a life with. So they moved on to a white woman that they could build a life with, or a woman of another race. But the black woman is then left holding the bag. So what black women have to do as a beginning of their own development and maturity is to stop having babies with men that they can't build a life with. But as far as black men are concerned, they have a right to pursue happiness on their terms. But they do need to be more responsible in dropping their seed this place, that place, and every place else. That's the only thing that I think is a problem, having babies in one place and then finding happiness somewhere else. That's a problem in the black community. But black women have just as much responsibility with that as black men do. So I want people to stop making black men feel guilty about marrying or dating their choices, because you got 45 and 50-year-old men talking about who they date. I see that as being childish, but they still have a right to do it. Now, there is something that I wish people who critique these relationships between black men and other women outside of the black race is centering it in black women. You like the white woman because you like the white woman, not about anything to do with black women. Now, when we can get to the point that black men have a right to date and marry anybody they want to, and when we can leave black women out of that decision altogether, that is going to be the beginning of growth for black men and black women. Because nobody is asking, why aren't black men better educated? Why aren't black men starting more businesses? Why aren't black men building institutions of growth for the black community? Institutions of business, education, health, commerce. Why aren't people talking about that? Why is the conversation always about who black men are dating? That is the most irrelevant discussion that we can have in black America right now, in my opinion. Every summer now, it seems like we are hearing about black children going to some little theme park or amusement park, being humiliated by grown ass white people dressed up as Bugs Bunny, Miss Piggy, and Mickey Mouse. Instead of creating wealth that's going to be turned back over to white people, why can't they create some little small environment like that where black children can go and have a good time and act like and be treated like children? How come we don't ever think about stuff like that? When it comes to black men, what takes precedence is why black men date outside their race, not why aren't black men more successful in the job market? Why don't we have more black male doctors? Why don't we have more black male teachers? Why don't we have more black male engineers? We're not having that conversation. We hear black men complaining about how much black women spend on weave and wigs and hair products, but we don't ever hear them talking about how they can open a store and sell those products to black women. And black women can spend the money here and put this money back in the black community. Why don't you get a wig store? Why aren't black men creating social environments so black people can go and socialize and have a good time without encountering some kind of ugly racial experience? Why aren't black men building schools where black children can go and learn what they need to learn without somebody telling you we're not going to have that in the curriculum today? Why aren't black men doing that? These are questions that could be asked of black men, but nobody's asking those questions. All they want to know is why are they dating outside their race? So when you get stuck in that, then that cuts off every other avenue about what men ought to be doing. Why aren't black men building more organizations where we can think of ways to better the life of black people in America? All we get is why black men date outside their race and reparations. That's all we get. We need more than that. So if we can just give black men the freedom to go and do whatever they want to do with whomever they want to do it, then maybe it'll free up the rest of the black men to think outside the box, inside and outside the box. And the black men and the black women who can work together, then we can start having discussions about what we need to be doing to build a better black America, what we should be doing to network more with white America. I think that's more healthy and more productive than constantly focusing on who somebody dates. You got men in their 50s talking about who they date. How childish is that? And it's very unproductive. And the focus should never be on black women when men decide to date outside their race. It shouldn't be about black women, what black women do or don't do. Because your limited experience with black women is not the totality of all black women in America. So it's really unfair to bring black women into the discussion because we really have work to do in black America. We need to be moving forward. We need to be thinking forward. And we can't do that when we're bogged down in stupidity. So I say, black men, date outside your race if that is what you want to do, but still be a productive person and move on with your life. Move on with your life. And for these black male content creators who I think they wake up in the morning, they don't know anything else to talk about. So they default back to what? Who black men date. And then they center it in black women. Black women ain't got a goddamn thing to do with who you date. Date who you want to date. Leave other people alone and let's move on to be the best people that we can be. Okay, y'all. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video. Give me a thumbs up and have a good day.